Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. In fact, it is 6:56 a.m. on Sunday, the 14th of January, 2018. And here's little Harvey slash Charlie, or Charvy, or Harlick, something like that. Anyway, I can't think. I'm still too tired. Good morning. Anyway, here he is. I dug him up out of his bedding, and so he's like looking for his bed and sniffing my thumb. Hello, little guy. He even licked my thumb, so found it tasty, I guess. He was sleeping, but he was also awake when I first got up this morning, which I got in here about 5:30 this morning, and he was over in his bin, which was up against the wall at the time. Right now, it's next to me. But when I walked in, he ran over to investigate as I got closer. In fact, he pretty much demanded that he be picked up. So I picked him up, and then he went back to sleep after having his curiosity satisfied. And then now I have him up again, and he is such an absolute little cutie. He is the rescue little Henny. Nope, I didn't mean to bimp your nose. And at first, when I got him, he didn't like to be held for like more than a minute. But now, I mean, look at him. He wants to go back to bed, you can tell. And everybody wants to walk on the backs of my hands now. I don't know why, instead of the palms, but he wants to go back to his cage. So I'm going to go put him back in so he can go to bed. There we go, little guy. Thank you so very, very much. Yay. The hamster is my spirit guide, my totem animal. I have been on a sacred vision quest when I discovered all this. I can't remember the conversations that we had, but I know the truth. Thumbs up on that. I have dental adhesive, but beyond that, I had written down some things that I actually wanted to talk about, so let's see if I can remember what one of them was. Dental adhesive, yuck. Anyway, one of them was, I was watching a video by a guy who's got 400,000 subscribers, so you know, what do I know? But he's a gopher, and he's one of these YouTubers that doesn't show him. He has an avatar, and he's got, it's like a I can't even remember what his character is, but he whenever you see a face to the name and the voice, it's the cartoon avatar. And I've been thinking about that because it strikes me as a bit of a danger. Because if you ever let me try that in English. If you ever decide to do face camming and face reveals later, expectations versus reality can be a big jarring bit of mental dissonance. And I'm going to give an example of something about that in my life where it didn't happen to me, but it was my reaction to a face cam reveal, in that it was an author. There's this book writer, I don't even know if he's still alive now, I hope so, but his name was Barry Hughart, and he's a white guy, but he wrote a book called Bridge of Birds that takes place in ancient mythical China, and where the main character is number 10 Ox, a big bulky youth, and his companion that he has to go on this adventure with is Master Li, a man with an unfortunate character flaw, who introduces himself as, I am Master Li, a man with an unfortunate character flaw. He never really says what his unfortunate character flaw is, but he's always drinking or always drunk. It is an excellent book. It is so awesome. It sort of wraps up all these myths and feelings of ancient China. And I used to read all these Chinese fairy tales when I was a kid. And so it wrapped all those Chinese fairy tales up along with just other myth. And it was a beautiful, beautiful book. It brought me to tears. Never knew what the guy looked like, but I knew he was a white guy. And when finally I saw his face, I could not read even the original book anymore. it just, every time I thought of the book, the characters, anything, all I could see was just this big, dumb, white face there. If I had seen his face from the very beginning, would it have changed things? I think so. I would have been able to associate the face with the story early, and they would have been linked instead of later on with, I never even thought of what he might look like. But then actual reality, when I saw a picture, it took about 10 years after that before I could even pick up and read the sequel to Bridge of Birds. I'm glad I did. It suffered from sequelitis, in that there was no way on earth it could be as good as the original. And it wasn't. And the characters written slightly different than they were in the first book, but it got its stride in, and then it turned into an excellent book on its own. But it was the late face reveal that destroyed it. And I wonder about things like that for the channels where you don't do a face cam in the beginning, and you wait a year, 2 years, 3, and then you do a face cam reveal, and then you've got everybody's mental image of what you are jarring with reality. And in my case, if I were the same person back then, now that I was back then, I don't know that I'd be able to keep watching an individual channel. I don't know. I'm not that way now. I mean, I recognize that about myself. I'm always doing self-examination. Painful. But everything is. Not everything. Not everything in life is painful. I mean, here, take a look at that. You're never too old to act undignified. Celebrate life. Not everything is painful. I am sorry I gave that impression. I just meant to say that some things can be painful to revisit, and you've got to do it anyway. It's you got to squeeze the pus out of the mental wounds so that they can heal. Let's see if I've got something else in here. Oh yeah, I was of course watching another video about the top 10 most egregious loot box pay-to-win stuff, and that's unfortunately why I'll never buy Shadow of War. What is it? Mordor? Well, it's, you know, Shadow of War. I can't remember the first part, but Shadow over Mordor, but you know the series I mean, where they've got the orcs that they'll level up, and it's the Nemesis system that worked so well in the first game that they destroyed, crushed, stomped on, poured gasoline on the ashes, and then when it was done burning even that, they just came and urinated on what was left with the loot box microtransaction systems for the Nemesis system, what's left of it. I may like the idea of the game, but destroying it so thoroughly, I cannot bring myself to reward the game publisher by giving them my money. That's like the same reason I've got Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2. Got them in bundles, so I didn't pay full price. The completionist in me wants Dead Space 3. The person that realizes I don't want to be given this thing that was broken to add the microtransaction system to it. So thumbs up. Past that though, my life has been mostly boring and awful still. I believe, did I go for a walk yesterday? I seem to remember walking at least for a little while. Yes, I did. I went for a short walk. And the thing about that, and I've got to make sure that I walk more often, because it's my inclination with this change in the weather, and this year my entire body is changing enough in weird ways. Because it used to be, as soon as the sun went down, I got energized, and I would drag all day, but the sun would go down, and there was no way I'd ever fall asleep. Now I drag during the day, and then when the sun goes down, I'm fighting to stay awake until about midnight. And then around midnight or 1 o'clock, I get a little bit of an energy boost. So I don't know what's going on with my body here. But past that, oh, try to remember conversational breadcrumbs. What was I talking about? I am so sorry about my brain, my fibro, my depression, the brain damage. I am so sorry. It makes it so hard for me to remember things. Which is why I had said before, and I'll say it again, you know, it's nice to fantasize about, you know, a life like, say, Jacksepticeye or Markiplier, where, you know, they go on tour and they tour. And it's like thinking, wow, you know, that'd be kind of fun, you know, you tour. But then the reality of, well, what on earth would I do if I toured? I'd stand up on stage and ramble for an hour and a half, skipping from subject to subject to subject every few moments with the apology of, I'm so sorry, I just forgot what I was talking about. I wouldn't even pay to watch 10 minutes of that, let alone an hour and a half. Maybe it was free. So, you know, fantasy is nice, but reality is reality. Plus, there's no way I could ever go touring anyway. I mean, I hurt so much. My back is killing me right now. Thumbs up on that. And I need to stay in places where cannabis is at least not going to be actively... No, they're not going to actively hunt me down and take me to jail. I mean, it's legal for recreational and medicinal uses in Washington State, a couple other states around in this area, but you wander out of Washington State and, oh boy, don't have that stuff with you. Well, except for the other states where it's illegal. And then, of course, with the federal government starting to say, well, you know, we're going to start putting down the iron boot on places that have legalized marijuana because that's much more dangerous than the opioid epidemic that's ravaging the nation and killing 30,000 people a year. Because after all, the number of deaths from cannabis is equal to the number of people gored to death by unicorns. 0. Such is life, though. Past that, yeah, I've just been falling asleep, and I try to walk when I can. It's been raining a lot, which is another reason I don't walk too much, except when I have my restless leg syndrome, then no choice, gotta go out walking. Gotta love that. But yeah, past that, once again, I'm just gonna drag out little, well, no, I'm not even gonna do that. That's just padding things out because I couldn't remember what I was talking about there, and I'm so sorry. But now that I'm actually dug him out, though, that would be cruel just to put him back in and not show him. Then I'd just be waking him up because I'm bigger than him, and that's not very nice, is it? No, now at least I'm digging him up because I'm bigger than him, and I want to show him off because I'm proud of him because he is such a wonderful little hamster. He is such a good guy. He's turned into such a mellow fellow. Wow, that rhymed too. Thank you very, very much, little guy. He is such a nice guy. I have opened up. This is not going to be a 20-minute vlog today because I can't think of anything and I don't just want to waste time. But I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them, you know, before I make videos, after I make videos. I just don't read them while I'm making videos. I'm going to thumbs up each one that I read, answer as many as I can. I fall asleep too much these days. I'm not able to answer as many as I can because of that, and I'm so sorry. If I mispronounce your names, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're not good at names. Thumbs up on that. So, let me start off with... We have Potato Chips Beat Battles. Heck of a name. Thank you so very, very much. Guy from Some World. Thank you very, very much. Rasmus Cactus. Thank you very much. Oh, itchy nose. I like that name very much. Thank you. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Canamedia 101. Thank you very, very much. Prisata. Greatly appreciated. And Link. Thank you very, very much. Mutilate. An 8 instead of an A-T-E. Thank you very, very much. Mateus Bulger, greatly, greatly appreciated. Chris Magic 30, thank you very, very much. Karanver Singh, I hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. And there is Lapsy, greatly appreciated. Claude 5190, thank you very much for continuing to comment. It is greatly appreciated. Carlo Magat, I'm not sure. M-A-G-A-T. Thank you very, very much. And there is Mr. Friendly. Greatly appreciated. Caden Wade. Thank you very, very much. And then there is 3030. The first spelled out and then the digits. Brandon Paquette. Thank you very, very much. Noreheim. I sure hope I'm close. Or Noirheim. I'm not sure, but thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Nyan Sol. Thank you very, very much. And then we have Kielder Boy 1. Kielder or Kelder? I can't tell. My eyes aren't able to focus well enough. I'm very sorry. And then there is Young Vegeta. Thank you very, very much. And Marco Boy 123 TV. Thank you very much. Also a good thing to see you in the comments as well. Mozzie. Whoops, this one. Greatly appreciated. Thank you very, very much. And then last but not least, Riley Swim. Thank you also very, very much. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. It is a very good thing. I have something in my eye. An eyelash has fallen or something. But it is greatly appreciated. Ah, I hate that. One of the reasons that I pulled my eyelashes out as a child, because they'd fall in my eye, and so I tugged on them, and then I tugged them all out. I had several tics as a child, pulling out my hair back here. I struggle with pulling out my hair now. I keep wanting to pull out my beard and my hair, but I realize I've got that mental issue, and I fight against it all the time. Thumbs up for that. If you could check out my links down below, that would be greatly appreciated. I've got Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com, that was very difficult to say, Patreon.com patron, that would be beautiful and awesome. Thank you so very much. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, that would be cool. I do appreciate all the positive validation for my existence. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool as well. I do appreciate that very, very much. But I do understand that my personality has rubbed people wrong my entire life. I've said hi and gotten back in response, no, to hell with you. So if you do not like my videos, I understand. And if you do not want to subscribe, I understand. But if you are down with it, I'll do my best to keep you entertained from now until, well, the literal end of my time. And since the average lifespan of an American man is 74 years, and I just turned 55 in October of last year, that's a good 19 years. So thumbs up for that. Well, oh, itchy nose. Ah, my apologies. Oh. Well, to start again, we're at 17 minutes and 50 seconds, so you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing.